Okay, so unfortunately, this is probably too late for many of you. It is January 31st, 2014, and it is 8:46, which means 1099s have to be done pretty soon, if you haven't done them. Here's how you do them. You go to Edit, Preferences, Tax 1099, get over here to Company Preferences, do you file 1099 miscellaneous? Yes, I do. You don't need to map this because once you start here, it's going to ask you for that stuff eventually. So here we go. Let's get started. So here's our companies. You're going to click over here which vendors, this comes from your vendor list, which one of these deserve 1099s. If these don't, click them. And hit continue. And see, it takes you through here. And what it does is it gives you their tax ID numbers. If they're missing, you'll have a little red box around here, and you can complete information. If there's just something wrong, you need to go back to your your vendor center and go ahead and change those. You'll notice from your vendor center, you can print 1099s right from here. Use the wizard, which is where we are. All right, so let's continue. All right, so here's where you say, on this particular company, these two items are not mapped to the 1099. These are the only categories that QuickBooks thinks should be mapped. You can go ahead and click here. So what happens is, when you write a check to 5110 job-related costs, it will automatically put it in box 7, non-employee compensation. Tools, same thing, but we can change it. Say it's supposed to be rent, other income, or what have you. That's what tells it what box to put it in the 1099. Or it just shouldn't be there. You can omit these payments. So all we're going to do is put job-related costs in box 7 of the 1099 miscellaneous. Again, we're in the wizard. So you can view this. I wouldn't bother. Just no reason for it. Alright, so you're in here. This is what's going to be on box 7. Total included on your 1099. These are the unmapped amounts. So this is what you would have viewed in the screen before, but if you notice, you can just view it here. So these are all coming from tools. So if you remember from the beginning, these were those accounts that we said don't map it to the 1099. I'll let you go back here, let's map it, just so you get a complete understanding of what we're talking about. Again, screen time. See, they're gone. They're all going to be on box 7 now. Let's continue. Okay, so you have two options now. You're done. You're ready to go. So it doesn't really matter. You waited until January 31st because it only took you 5 minutes. Now, you want to e-file it using QuickBooks, or you just want to print these things. Thing to remember about printing 1099s, if you go to Staples or somewhere like that, you're probably spending at least 20 bucks to get the forms, or you can order them here. But it is almost midnight and these forms have to be done, so you may be stuck here. Now if you go to this service, keep in mind it is, if you are not the early bird, let's go to pricing, for January 18th, $13, $3 each. On or after January 18th, $15, $4. You have 21 plus, there's no extra charge. So if you're doing like 20, you're really getting hit. I have no idea why it costs Intuit this much more money to do them after the 18th or before the 18th. I'm assuming it's a big run on their computer system because everyone waits late, so it's worth it to them. I don't know how it can be that expensive for them to run a few extra forms. I mean, how much data could actually be on these things? Anyways, I'll quickly point it, but it does seem to be a wee bit ridiculous. So I'm not paying it. I'm just going to print these. Print them up. You want the last year. You have to remember this is a sample company, so QuickBooks doesn't want to have to give you a sample company year after year, so they usually always date these ahead pretty far. Here's your payments. You just hit print 1099. I have this to a PDF, but obviously you want to put it on your, oops, I don't know why I put that there. Put it to your printer, you hit print, and off you go. Where's my Adobe? I print Adobe just because I hate to go back to this. So I can print it, put more in, print it, if I keep getting it wrong. Okay, the other thing you have to remember is you got to print this 1096. So you're printing one 1096. That's your cover page for all your 1099s. So you're going to print 1099s. You're going to give those to all these people, mail them out. You're going to print more 1099, print 1096, and that's going to go off to the government. You can preview if you want to see them. As you can see, I don't know why, but the Internal Revenue Service will not let you just print a form from the internet and print these. You have to go and use their actual forms. And so this is just the data that goes in your pre-printed form that you're required to buy. And let's just cancel out of that when you're done and save and close. If you need to get back to that at all, remember, just go back to print these, go to wizard, or go review, summary, detail report, whatever you need. So, pretty easy. Took us a few minutes and we're done. There you go.